Hi all, and welcome back. Last race of the season at Mid-Ohio again, GT3s. I'll be running the Hurricane, and I'm going to give you a brief rundown of my season in iRacing, my first full season in iRacing actually. I've never actually completed a season before. I think I started in the season previous to this one. I did about a third of that, last 3 or 4 races maybe. So this race, quite a fun one. So again, I'm driving the Lamborghini Huracan, and I have Cesare in the Porsche, blue Porsche, ahead of me, and Lucas in the green Porsche ahead of me. So straight away, knowing this track, we're all bunched up here, straight on the offensive, up the inside, hard on the brakes, and it doesn't work. I get a bit of reverse netco there, where his front of his Porsche actually clips me, but nothing happens. I will take it. So yeah, I'm going to dive down the inside of him on this next bend, and that is exactly what we do. So out to the right, I'm later on the brakes. He brakes quite early and quite slowly, and I get a nice clean move up the inside. So now Lucas in the green Porsche, Cesare, hope I'm getting his name right there, in the black and white Porsche. So Cesare in the black and white Porsche, I raced him a few times through the week actually. I'd beaten him more times than not, so I was pretty comfortable I could catch up to him. But again, as we know, catching up to people and passing people on this track is not always the same thing. But yeah, very much the style of this track. So here we are, a couple of laps later. As you see, I haven't really made a lot of ground. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about this season in general. Started off doing a lot of NASCAR actually, which I enjoyed, and then had some really great races in there, made some good friends. Then decided I felt like doing a Mazda MX-5 race for whatever reason one day. Did it, and then I was feeling like I missed that sort of, track racing as opposed to oval racing. So I did a few more, and then decided I would have a go at the GT cars. Went into try the GT4s, which I liked. However, the quality of driving, being it's a D-class license requirement, the level of driving is not always great. So I think I covered it in a video once, where you either start at the back or you need to be right at the front, one of those two, and pray you get through the first few laps. Whereas the GT3s, the quality of driving is much higher. People are not 9 times out of 10 trying to intent wreck you. It does happen, but not as much in my experience anyway. And so yeah, this is probably what I'm going to be sticking with here. You see, Cesare here makes a mistake, and yeah, I get to go through. So yeah, it's been a good season of racing actually. I've very much enjoyed it. Obviously, this is my second week driving the GT3 cars properly. Not sure what series I'm going to compete in next season. I may not compete in any one season. I may just split it amongst the different tracks that are available, depending on what I like, because there are some tracks that I just don't like. This one here, I really don't like this track that much. There's a few others. Alton Park, I like the track, but I'm not overly keen on doing it with the GT3 cars. Just feels so narrow. So we'll see. Phillip Island's a track I really want to race at. Having a chance to race there. There's a few tracks that I really do enjoy. few tracks that I really don't enjoy. Zandvoort is another track I really do enjoy. And you can see here Heinrich in the blue 911 here. See Cesari go off the track slightly on corner exit, gets the run and makes the move. I think Cesari started to, I think it's upset him quite a bit that he'd lost quite a few places. He, you know, the guy started in second, he had quite a good qualifying, and now he was down in fifth, and I don't think he was too happy with that. But this is a tricky track to get qualifying done. You know, it's I think it's to do with if you hit the track and spin out for whatever reason, you get, obviously you have to go back to the pits and reset because you get black flag. But the problem is then is that everything on the car goes cold, the brakes, tires, everything. So you know, then you've got one out lap to try and warm everything up, and of course you're just never going to set a fast lap really after one out lap. So yeah, that's probably why I was a bit upset. I was now just sort of trundling a bit in third here. Never going to catch Lucas in that Porsche, but Cesari now decides that he's not done. Heinrich's weaving there, which is not great, but Cesari now, well, doesn't spot an opening, he makes an opening. Heinrich swings the car straight back at him, and they fire up here together. Cesari still is not done yet, because now he throws a move there on the inside, and now I checked the replay here, and Cesari did not actually hit Heinrich there, who just sadly went into the wall. And so, yeah, I'm in third. As you can see, Lucas he's in the distance now, so not really a chance of catching him. The guy who's in first has just disappeared. I mean, if you do get pole position here, and guys in second and third start fighting with each other, you can literally just disappear, because they will take each other offline and slow each other down so badly. Yeah, you don't lose any time, and this is the punishing part of this track. Here is Lucas, we're on the final lap now, and he loses it. I am a couple of seconds behind here, so he gets across track. I think he half thought about a defensive manoeuvre there, but realised I was just coming in too quick. So I take P2, and I've got a few corners to get it round to finish the race. But it was right at this moment here where I decided that I didn't want to take a place off someone like that. I've spun that corner, I know how horrible it is, so I slowed down and I waved him on. It just felt like the right thing to do. Just didn't feel right taking a place of someone like that who'd, you know, he'd beaten me on every lap of the track, so to beat him in that manner just didn't seem right. If I want to beat someone, I want to be a better driver, and Lucas was the better driver today. So yeah. So yeah, end of the season, guys. I very much enjoyed it. Got a video on the way regarding a new Porsche 911 Cup car, so look forward to that. It's going to be a real belter, and I will see you guys soon. Cheers.